Hello everyone, welcome to NPM Stack. My name is Bhushan and in this video I am going to talk about JavaScript array filter method. So array filter method is one of the most used array method in JavaScript. So like filter method is used to filter data from array. So it is used on array and it is used to filter data from array. Like consider we have one array and we want some values from that array, like subset of array. Then we can use filter method. And it will always give us new array, means it will not mutate the original array, it will always give us new array. Okay, so let's take a look what we are going to learn today. So first we will see like what is array filter method, and after that we will work on some example. The first example is like we have array with some elements, and from this array we want even elements. Here you can see 2, 4 and 6. So we will work on this example using filter method. After that we will work on employee data. Like we have array of objects and each object contain name of employee and their age. Okay, and in result what we want employee whose age is greater than 25. We can say like this, employee where age is greater than 25. Okay, we can consider it as a where clause. Okay, now the third example is we have one array with duplicates element and we want result as a unique element. Okay, so we'll work on this, like how to get unique elements from array using filter method. This question is asked in interview, like how to get unique elements using different methods. So we can get unique elements using filter also. Okay, and the next example is we have array with some numbers and some strings and we want in result only numbers. Like here you can see we don't have any strings, so we want only numbers. So we can use filter method to filter numbers from this array. So see here, we are filtering some values and we are creating new array here. So we will work on this example also. After that we will work on search functionality. Like here we have one data set with some objects where name of cartoon character and their show name. Okay, and we will work on search functionality. Okay, so let's see what is array filter method. So filter method is used to create new array. Okay, means when we apply filter method on any array, then it will always create new array, like it will not mutate original array. Okay, so it is immutable, right, this filter method. In React.js we have to work with immutability, so we can use this method. So it is most used method in like React and in Angular also. Okay, so see here, filter method is used to create new array filled with the all elements that pass the test implemented by provided function. Means we are providing one function, this callback function. Okay, means we are providing one function on each element of array, and if it pass the test, then we are adding this element in new array. Like we are creating new array using filter method, and if any element or if element pass the test of this function, then we are adding this element in new array. Okay, like see here, what is syntax of filter method? It accepts two parameters. The first one is callback function and the second is thisArgs. Okay, I will explain this two parameter in detail. Okay, then callback function accept three parameter. Okay, this callback function is also called predicate. Predicate is like we are returning true or false, then we can call it as predicate, like prediction and something like that. Okay, so callback function accept three parameter: value, index and array, and the value is current value in array. Okay, this value is current value in array, like we are iterating array and the current value is this value. Okay, the index is index of this current value, means this value, and the array is itself on which we are performing callback function, filter function. Okay, see here, if this callback function returns true, then element is added in new array, else it will not get added. Like here you can see, when we apply filter method we get new array. Okay, and we are performing some function on each element, this is called predicate or callback function. Okay, and if this function returns true, then this element on which we are performing this function gets added in this new array, else it will not get added. Okay, Okay, now the second parameter is thisArg. This parameter is optional and it is rarely used also. You can see like it is rarely used. No one use it. Okay. So and it is rarely used. Okay. It is used as value of this value of callback function. Okay. I mean this arg is used as a this value of callback function. I will explain this point. Don't get confused here. Okay. And if we don't provide this arg or second parameter, then it is considered as undefined. Okay. Now let's switch to editor and let's work on our example. The first example is we have to find even number. So let's create one file. The file name is even.js. Okay. Let me minimize this using Ctrl B and let's create one array, const array with some elements 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay. Okay. Now we want to find even elements from this array. So when we apply filter method, it will give us new array. So let's store this new array in result variable and let's perform add filter method on this array. So it accepts callback function, or we can say predicate. Okay, and the second parameter is thisArg, but we don't want thisArgs here. Okay, so callback function also accepts 3 parameters, but here we want only first parameter, that is value. Okay, and what we want unique element. So for debugging, let me store some that result in some variable. I like to call it as is even is equal to value modulus 2 equal to 0, and let me return this is even. Okay, let's print this result. Okay, console.log result. We will also debug this code. Okay, so that you will get clear understanding how this array filter works. Okay, let me run without debugging first. What is file name? even.js. Okay, see here we get even values only. Now let's debug this code. Let me add debugger here. Let me remove this and let's run with debug. Create JavaScript terminal, debug terminal. Okay, it is opening. Okay, the file name is node even. Sorry, it should be even. Okay, it will open debugger terminal. Okay, now see here, when we perform filter function, like it accepts 3 parameters. The first one is value, and we want value only in this callback function, and we are checking if 1 modulo 2 equal to 0, but it should return false because 1 modulo 2 is not equal to 0 and 1 is not even. So it is false, so this one will not get added in result. Okay, I told you that if element pass this condition, that predicate condition, then it will get added in result, so it will not get added. Again we have 2 and 2 modulo 2 equal to 0 means it is even, then it will get added in this result, and like that we get even elements. Okay, let me remove debugger now. I think you are clear here, right? Okay, so we can also minimize this code. We can use arrow function here. We don't want this extra variable also. Let me remove this. We can return from here, and we are using, okay, let me remove this function keyword also, flat arrow, and we have only one variable, so we can remove this also. Okay, and we are returning only single value, then we don't want this parenthesis also. Let me remove this one. Let me remove this return keyword. Okay, perfect. And we can also use some v for value. Okay, after formatting it is get adding this parenthesis. Okay, let me run without debugging so that it should get same result. Now node even.js. Okay, perfect, we get same result. So Now let's work on our second example. Okay, second example is, see here, what is our second example? This one. We have to find employee whose age is greater than 25. Let's create file, name age.js. Okay, I have this data, employee data. Let me copy this. Okay, paste this. Okay, now we want employee whose age is greater than 25. So let me create one result variable to store that result from filter method, and employee data dot filter. Okay, create callback function which accepts value. We want value here also. Okay, now let's create one variable, age greater than 25 is equal to, okay, we can see here v dot age greater than 25. We can call this like, okay, here employee dot age, where employee dot age greater than 25, we can call this like, okay, and we need to return this age greater than 25. Okay, let me print this console dot log result. Let me run without debugging node age.js. You can see here we get all employee whose age is greater than 25. Like we can call this function filter function as where something is greater than, means where age is greater than 25, or we can call this as where condition. Okay, so we can also minimize this. We can use flat arrow here also, but before that let's debug this. Okay, node age.js. okay, in v or in value we have first object like clause, name as clause, and age is 40, and v dot age means that object means v, and v dot age is clause age. So clause age is greater than 25, like age is 40, so it is greater than 25. So it is true, and if it is true, then this, like this object or this value gets added in result. Okay, after completing this filter function. So we get clause. Then another is Elijah, and Elijah is also 45. Elijah is 45. So this is true also. See here. So this will get also added. Then we have Marcel. Marcel has age 30, which is greater than 25. And then after that we have Damon. Age is 25, so it is not greater than 25, so it should be false, and like that we get result. If we want like age less than 25, less than or equal to 25, then we can also use this like something like that. See here, now we should get different result here. See, we get Damon, Stephen, and whose age is less than or equal to 25, so we get Damon also because we are checking with equal to. Okay, and we can also minimize this code. We can use arrow function here also. We don't want this written. Okay, we are using single value, so we don't need this parenthesis, don't need this semicolon also. Okay, so we should get same result. See here. Okay, now our third example is we want to find unique element. Okay, in this example we will work on all three parameters in callback function. Okay, so let me call unique dot js. Okay, let's create one array with some duplicate value. Value should be 1 2 1 3 2, again 4 and 5. Okay, we have some duplicate elements here, and in result what we want unique element. So take a look here, we are using all three parameter in callback function here. So let's store this result in some result variable. Okay, array dot sorry, filter. Okay, what are 3 parameters? The first one is value, I like to call it as v. The second is index, and third is array itself. Okay, let me create normal function here because we need to debug code. Okay, and we want unique element. Let me store this in some variable is unique, is unique. Okay, we are checking like if array dot index of v is equal to I will explain this, okay, this logic. Then we need to return this is unique. Okay, let me print this first, then I will explain you this code. Okay, console.log result. Okay, node and file name is unique.js. See here, we get all unique values. Okay, so let's debug this. I have misspelled this. Okay, let me add debugger here and let's run with debug. Okay, clear screen, node unique.js. Okay, the value is 1 and the index of 1 is 0 and the array is on which we are performing this filter method. So we are checking here if a dot index means array means index of v means index of 1 in this array. What is index of 1? Index of 1 is 0. It will always give us first occurrence of this element. Okay, means first occurrence of v. What is first occurrence of v? 0. First occurrence of index. Okay, first occurrence on index. Okay, so it is 0. And what is this I? It is also 0. So 1 has occurrence at 0 index and the index is also 0. So is unique should be true. And if it is true, then it will get added in result. Now what is value? Value is 2 and index is 1. And first occurrence of this 2 is 1 index. Okay. So it is also true because first occurrence of this 2 is 1 and this index is also 1. So it is true. Okay, next we have value again 1 and index is now 2. But first occurrence of this 1 is at 0 index. So it should, and index is 2. So it is not equal. So we should get false here. See here. And like that we get unique elements. For clarity, let me store this somewhere. Const index is equal to a dot index of this value, and let me check this with index. Okay, now let's debug this. Okay, so index is 0 means first occurrence of this 1. Okay, it will give us index. Okay, first occurrence, and the I is also 0, so it will give us true. Now the index is 1 because value is 2 and first occurrence of 2 is at 1, first index, and I is also 2, so it should be true. Okay, now value we have is 1, this one, okay, at second index, and the index is 2, but first occurrence of this 1 is 0. See here, so 0 is not equal to 1, so it should give us false. And like that we get unique elements. See here, we get unique elements. Okay, here also we can use arrow function. Okay, we can remove this extra variable. and we don't need this variable to store this value. Okay, and we don't need this also return. Okay, remove this one also, and we don't need parenthesis also. Remove this parenthesis because we are returning single value. And let's run without debugging now. We should get same result. Perfect, we get same result. Now let's work on our next example. Here we want only number values. So let's create one file with name num.js. Okay, let's create one array with some numbers and strings. 1, 2, one string Pikachu. Okay, 3, sorry, it should be number, and another string Tom from Tom and Jerry. Okay, we want only numbers, so let's create one result store value from filter method. Array dot filter. Okay, now I will create arrow function directly, and we want value here also. So we can check here. Okay, if means if type of, okay, if type of this v is equal to number. If the type of give us like type of this value. So if type of this value is number, then we need to return true, else return false. Is another way to use filter method. Let's print this console.log and result. Okay, let me run this without debugging first. What is file name? Okay, let me save this first. Node. Okay, we have one error here. Node is not defined. Okay, oh sorry. Node. Okay, see here, we get only numbers. So let's debug this. Okay, let me add debugger here. We don't want debugger at this place, so clear screen and node num.js. See here, what is v is 1 and type of v is number. Like type of v is number, you can see here. Sorry, here we have 1, and okay, I didn't store this, so it will not show here. Okay, but you can see type of v is number, so it is in if block, and it will return true. If it will return true, then this value gets added in this new array result. Then we have, okay, let me step over this. Then we have 2, and type of 2 is also number, so it is in if block. But now you can see third value is Pikachu, means it is string, and type of this value is not number, it is string, so it is in else block, and this will not get added. And like that we get numbers only. We can also minimize this. We don't want this if and else block. We can directly return from type of v is equal to we can say number. Okay, and we don't need this if and else block. Also we can use, we don't want this also because we are returning single value. Okay, we don't need this also. Perfect. Let me run this without debugging. Node, and what is file name? num.js. Okay, see here, perfect. We get numbers only. Okay, now let's work on our, I think this will be our last example, search functionality. So let me create one file, search.js. okay, and I have this data, so let me copy paste this. Okay, and we have to perform search functionality. Like I want all Pokemons only, so let's create one result to hold this array dot, okay, we don't have, we have data as array, data dot filter, and we want that value only. Okay, we don't want index and array. And we can, okay, and we can say like if cartoon equal to Pokemon, then we need to return this. Means if it is cartoon is equal to Pokemon, then we should return true. Let me add this with e panels, then we can like minimize this. If v dot cartoon equal to Pokemon, then we need to return true. Else, or we can directly return from here, so else return false. Okay, and let me print this result. Okay, let me minimize this. Console.log this result. Okay, we should get all Pokemons. Let me run this node search.js. See here, we get all Pokemons because we are checking. If cartoon is equal to Pokemon, then return true, else return false. Let's run with debugging also. Let me clear screen and node search.js. Okay, I forgot to add debugger here. Node search.js. Okay, see here, what is value? Value is first object, and value, and okay, we have cartoon as a Pokemon, means it will pass our test. If it pass our test, then it will get added in result. Okay, okay, now we have, okay, let me step over. Now we have Tom and Jerry as cartoon. Okay, and character is Tom, so it will not pass our test. Okay, so it will directly return as false, and like that we should get all Pokemons only. Let me remove debugger. Okay, and also I have to check if, like you can see here, we have Mon in Pokemon, this Mon in Pokemon and in Doraemon also. So I want all characters, or I want all results which contains this Mon. Okay, so we can say like we can check with equals. Now I can see here if it includes, if cartoon includes Mon. Okay, if it includes Mon, then return true. Okay, let's run without debugging. Node search.js. See here, we get Raichu, Shizuka also, which from Doraemon, Bulbasaur from Pokemon, Doraemon also from Doraemon, and Nobita. Okay, and we should get, where is Pikachu? Okay, here Pikachu. We have also Pikachu also. Like that we can check this. Okay, we can also use like name field here. Means I can say name equal to Pikachu. Now see here. Okay, let's run. Okay, we don't get in result because we are using a small case Pikachu and we have like capital case. So we can like this, we can convert this to lower case. Now we should get Pikachu as a result. See here, we get Pikachu. Like that we can create a search functionality using this filter method. And here we can also minimize this. We can directly return this. Okay, this one, and we don't need this ePanel. Okay, we can directly return this. We should get same result. Perfect. See here. Okay, now you are wondering what is use of thisArgs in filter. I told you that it is rarely used, but I like to show you one example. So let's create one file with thisArgs.js. okay, okay, let's create one array with some values 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now let me create one variable to store result from filter. Okay, array dot filter. Okay, first parameter is callback function. Let me create one function with this value only, and the second parameter is thisArgs. So we can pass this as a object or as a array also. So for now let me pass this as array. Let me add, okay, 1 and 2. Okay, and I told you like this arg is a this value of this callback function. So see here, let me console.log this. Okay, and let's run this file. Let's run this file, okay, without like printing this result, because we don't get anything in result. Node, see here, 1 2 means if we print this, then we get 1 2 as value, means this arg is this value of this callback function. But see here, if we use like arrow function here, we don't get anything. See, it is empty object because arrow function have their own this keyword, but normal function uses this from parent. Okay, parent means from global class context. Okay, so you can see here, if we are using normal function, then this is considered as this of this callback function. Okay, we can also use object here with key. Let me call this as min should be 1, and let's create another max should be 5. Let's print this now. Node thisArgs.js. See here, we can also pass object also, and okay, we can use this. Let me change this to array. We can use this to create some functionality, like we don't need this 2 and 4. We don't need this 2 and 4. We want value except this 2 and 4. We can check here, like if means this dot includes v, and we have to check add not here, and let me return this. Okay, let me print this console.log result. Now see here, we get value except this 2 and 4. Okay, because we check like if we don't want this 2 and 4, means this array should not include this 2 and 4. Okay, and we can use this max and min object also here to check to get elements with some range. Okay, we can use like min should be 2 and max should be 4, and we can check here like, okay, elements greater than this min means v greater than this dot min, and v less than this dot max. Okay, let's run this. Node, see here, we get only one value. Let me change this to 5. Max should be 5. See here, we get elements greater than 2 and less than this max 5. So like that, like we can use thisArgs here to pass like this function. Okay, so I think we are good here. So please share this video, like and subscribe. Thank you so much.